and experiencers are often left wondering what they actually saw.
There is a shocking number of people who found animals, creatures, and unknown objects in conditions that are hard to explain.
Then we have the face of Cyclops.
Petrified by aliens, mummified by ancestors, or buried by unknown forces. Let's see some of the creepiest archaeological discoveries of our time. Discovery of the ancient creature. A bunch of kids gathered around a strange skeleton they discovered in the forest, all pointed at its big feet, resting against the rock. The skeleton was attached over it as if frozen in time. With a twisted spine and fossilized ribs, it looked like something out of a legend, maybe a dragon. Their excitement grew as they noticed the bizarre details. Could this be the remains of a creature lost to time? Blue tongue lizard.
Oh, look what we got here. Oh.
A petrified blue-tongued lizard could be much more than just a fossil. In ancient myths, it was once a wise being that protected sacred knowledge. Touching it could grant a deeper understanding of the Earth's secrets. So, could this petrified lizard contain ancient truths about the balance of life and the afterlife? What do you think? Does it represent lost wisdom we need to rediscover?
That's the lizard.
Ocean depth. Divers exploring the depths of the mesopelagic zone made a startling discovery. A massive crab, seemingly untouched by time. Its body was covered in reefs and fungus, yet it hadn't decomposed. This eerie creature resembled Carcanos, the giant crab from Greek mythology who fought alongside the Hydra against Heracles. This stone-like form reminded the divers of the legends, leaving them wondering whether some mysteries are better left hidden, buried within the ocean's dark abyss. Undisclosed reality.
Do you see this? Do you see this? It's nature!
Everything we see isn't always what it seems. Just like this video of a turtle, tourists wandering the rocky shore noticed what they thought was a large, unmoving stone, but as they came closer, it shifted. A turtle unlike any they'd seen before. Its shell appeared ancient, etched with markings long worn away. Locals whisper about Petrifex, an old guardian, said to be cursed into stone, holding the secrets of forgotten times. Some believed touching the creature revealed glimpses of the past, while others warned that it protected the land from unseen and should be respected.
Do you see this? Do you see this? It's nature!
Fish on Seashore. Have you ever wandered along a beach and stumbled upon something truly unsettling? That's what happened to one man who couldn't resist sharing his eerie find online. He filmed a small fish lying lifeless on the shore, its mouth wide open in a haunting way. The sight was disturbing, making it hard to shake the feeling that this was no ordinary occurrence. Could it have been the result of a curse? The fish's appearance fueled thoughts of ancient legends, like the tale of St. Paul, who allegedly cursed snakes on an island. Well, it looks like this fish could be more like the victim of a curse than nature. Rocks and legends. People often say that rocks are alive, but that seems impossible in our scientific world. What if you saw it for yourself? An explorer found this petrified half-skull rock in a desert, which opened up fascinating mythical possibilities. In folklore, petrification often symbolizes transformation. This half-skull rock could be the remnant of a powerful creature, maybe the guardian of ancient secrets, or a warning against pride. Titanic mystery. Divers were on a quest for rare fish when they stumbled upon something far more eerie: men in prostrating positions, seemingly petrified into stone near the Titanic wreck site. These figures looked frozen in time, etched into the ocean floor as if nature itself had turned them to stone. Could these be lost souls from the Titanic, forever captured in the depths? This spine-chilling discovery turned their simple dive into a haunting exploration, linking the mystery of these petrified forms to one of history's most tragic maritime disasters. Mysterious hurricane outcome. A lifeless mermaid washed up on the beach after the hurricane, and her body was frozen. Strangely, she hadn't decomposed at all, and her hands and body looked just the same, signaling something mythical. Could this mysterious discovery connect to the tales of petrified mermaids? In folklore, mermaids often face curses and transformations. One famous story from Ireland tells of a mermaid whose children were turned to stone as a curse. Anyway, what do you think this frozen mermaid could symbolize? Frozen human. What would you do if you found a stoned person in your backyard? That's exactly what happened to this boy. He discovered a human figure, perfectly petrified, leaning eerily against his old oak tree. At first he shrugged it off, snapping pics for social media, thinking it was a Halloween prank. But the old folks in town, they know better. They've whispered for generations about forest spirits cursing those who trespass, freezing them in time forever. The shocking part of this footage? Nobody in the family put it there. It appeared overnight, its twisted face frozen in terror, warning anyone who dared disturb the cursed land. Now the question lingers, who will be next? The elephant stone. While boating, some friends spotted a massive rock formation they called the elephant carved stone. But was it really just a rock? This sight fueled thoughts of tales from Homer's Odyssey, where creatures faced the fate of being trapped in stone for their defiance against the gods. In these myths, powerful beings were left in solid form, while Cornish folklore deepens the mystery, suggesting that megalithic stones were once living beings. So this giant elephant, once alive, may serve as a testament to the consequences of arrogance. Petrified Giant. A giant statue rose out from the ground, showing off long arms and big feet that reminded everyone of the Nephilim, those giant beings from stories of angels and humans. Its huge hands and towering figure made it look both mysterious and impressive. It also brought to mind a Cherokee tale about a warrior fossilized to stone for ditching his duty. This statue felt like a huge warning, mixing mystery with lessons from the past. Was this a petrified giant? Either way, it sure made us think about how our choices matter, and how not everything we see is man-made. Petrified Goatman. Rumors spread quickly through town. Strange noises and movements led to a spooky discovery. A humanoid figure with goat-like features sat by a power pole. Was it real? Theories erupted. Some believed it was the cursed goatman. Others thought it was a protector, sacrificed while defending us from a dark force. Then there's the mad scientist theory. Dr. Stephen Fletcher's experiment gone wrong. In his desperate attempt to save his wife, he created this hybrid creature, which escaped and now haunts the town. Is this the result of science, or something more sinister? Giant waking up.
¿Pero por qué me voy a callar? ¿Qué? ¿Qué estoy haciendo vídeo?
A strange face emerges into the rocks, making people wonder what it could be. Could it be from an old city solidified by magic long ago? Stories tell us about guards who became stone while protecting special places and their secrets. In old stories, like the one about the Sphinx, magical beings were frozen in place as a penalty or to watch over places forever. Is this face in the rock part of an old story, or did nature make it look this way? We may never know the answer.
Estoy grabando y...
Mystery Skull of Al-Ula. In Saudi Arabia's desert stood a giant rock that looked just like a human skull. Its empty eye socket stared across the sandy landscape, making everyone who saw it stop in wonder. Old stories told that giants once lived there, and their bodies had solidified by magic. But science suggested something else, that wind and rain had shaped this rock over thousands of years. The smooth curves and skull-like shape, though amazing to look at, were carved by nature's slow work. Whether science or mythical curse, it is definitely keeping people talking. Giant alien skull. Tourists wandering the desert stumbled upon what seemed like a simple stone, but what if I told you it wasn't just any stone? It was something far more bizarre. A giant skull nestled among the desert rocks, drawing comparisons to the famous giant rock in Landers, California, known for its connection to UFO lore. This strange skull might be a relic from a lost civilization, or even a sign of extraterrestrial visitors. Could this be proof that beings from another world once roamed this desert? It's hard to believe, but sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Otherworldly skeleton. Hikers in a remote forest stumbled upon a really strange skeleton hidden under the bushes. Its weird shape caught their attention right away. Through the structure of the skeleton, it looked like nothing anyone had seen before. This made everyone wonder, could this be proof of aliens? The way the bones were arranged was unusual too. Experts who looked at it couldn't decide where it came from. Some thought it might be from a very old species, while others believed it could be an alien. Irani Sphinx. What if an ancient Persian relic was more than just a piece of history? Deep beneath layers of earth hidden from time, the Irani Sphinx might not just be a carved statue, but something far more extraordinary. Discovered in an almost unreal state, like it had been frozen in stone, this artifact could hold secrets that go beyond art, touching on the very process of petrification itself. Protected from air and decay, it's possible that mineral-rich waters flowed through the ground, slowly turning this figure into stone, just like fossils or petrified wood. Abandoned cave secret. Hidden in Indonesia's darkest caves, scientists uncovered something that changed history forever: the stone heads of ancient Cyclops. In mythology, Cyclopes like Polyphemus are known for their immense size and singular eye. These weren't just rocks shaped by time. Village elders spoke of a race of Cyclopes who were master craftsmen, but their power grew too strong and their knowledge became too dangerous. In a twist of fate, Mother Earth herself petrified them, sealing away their secrets. Now, their stone faces hold silent stories in this cave.
Then we have the face of Cyclops.
Petrified Alligator. You won't believe the buzz around this viral video of a massive alligator-shaped structure. People were totally split. Some thought it was an ancient creature, while others swore it was just a weirdly shaped rock. But let me throw something at you. What if this thing connects to some old myths? Folklore often talked about creatures that got cursed and frozen to stone from the gaze of Medusa. So could that giant alligator actually have been the leftover tail of Medusa? What do you think? Was it just a cool rock or something way more ancient? Secrets of Naka Cave.
Just stop one.
In Thailand, there was this place called Naka Cave that drew in visitors with its stunning views and wild legends. People said it was home to a giant serpent that got transformed into a statue by an ancient curse. The rock formations there looked like reptile scales and mythical creatures, giving off a vibe like they were almost alive. It wasn't just a pretty spot, it was packed with local stories. Some believed the serpent was a powerful guardian who had become a statue due to poor reasoning, but remained completely unidentified. Each visit just deepened this mystery. Sea dragon remains. Hidden for millions of years, a massive creature's remains told the story of a beast that once ruled the seas. This wasn't just any fossil, it was a 32-foot-long sea dragon. Found in the UK, this ancient monster, called an ichthyosaur, was the biggest complete fossil of its type ever discovered. These huge sea reptiles looked a bit like dolphins, but were much bigger. Some grew to over 80 feet long. They got the name sea dragons because of their big teeth and eyes. The fossil was about 180 million years old and was found last February. Lucky for us, these powerful predators aren't swimming in our oceans anymore, or are they? Petrified cow. This cow looked petrified, with a backstory that might break your heart. The poor animal suffered from starvation and drought, a tragic fate that was all too common. Across the globe, especially in places like Africa, livestock faced malnutrition. In 2016, farmers in Ethiopia lost most of their livestock to the worst drought in 50 years. Cows needed a significant amount of food to stay healthy, consuming about 2% of their body weight each day, around 24 pounds. Just a few days without nourishment weakened their immune systems, leaving them vulnerable to diseases that could be fatal. The Glyptodon find. Back in late 2019, a group of fishermen made an unexpected discovery at the bottom of a river in Argentina, a small fossilized rock. Guess what? This rock had a pattern that looked a lot like a larger one found earlier by a guy named Juan. The scientists jumped at the chance to check it out. They thought it might be connected to Juan's find. This little fossil measured about 3 feet long, but it had a different shape. After some deep inspection, experts figured out that this was an egg, while Juan's find was a full-grown Glyptodon, an ancient giant mammal that once roamed Earth some 5.3 million to 11,700 years ago. Warning from spirits.
Straight up.
In a sunny desert, a petrified deer lay on the dry ground, but something felt off. Its body looked more like stone than flesh. Could this be another case of folklore petrification? In ancient times, deer symbolized grace, and stories claim that if a deer wandered too far from its natural home, spirits might punish it by turning it into stone. This deer, once a living creature, now stood frozen in time, suggesting it faced a similar fate.
That this fool really just petrified and turned into a mummy.
The dog. Meet Stucky, the mummified dog found in 1980 by loggers in Georgia. While they were cutting down a chestnut oak tree, they discovered this sad pup who had crawled into a hole at the tree's base. Can you believe he climbed 28 feet up before getting stuck? Experts think he was trapped there for over 20 years. Thanks to the tree's tannins, Stucky was remarkably preserved, and the airflow kept him from decaying. Now you can see him at the Southern Forest World Museum in Waycross, Georgia. Bear Mountain. In Greek mythology, Actaeon was turned into a stag by Artemis after he accidentally saw her bathing, leading to his tragic death at the hands of his own sharp dogs. Interestingly, there's a mountain that looks like a bear, known as bear petrification. Some believe this mountain might symbolize Actaeon's fate. Just as he was transformed by the gods, the Bear Mountain can represent a connection to the wild and the spirits of nature. What do you think about these powerful tales?
자, 여러분들 망경대.
Petrified Dinosaur. Let's explore a unique angle on petrification with the amazing discovery of the Elasmosaurus fossil in Western Australia. Would you believe that this complete fossil was the first of its kind to be discovered by amateur archaeologists? Dating back around 140 million years, it came from a time when oceans covered much of the area. Instead of seeing petrification as a bad fate, it was more like preservation. In many cultures, being turned to stone symbolized keeping memories safe for future generations, just like this Elasmosaurus. Canadian dinosaur. In March 2011, a shocking discovery was made by a construction worker in Alberta while digging for Suncor. A perfectly preserved dinosaur fossil. This wasn't your usual find. It was a Nothosaurus, still showcasing its scales and bone plates like it had been frozen in time for 100 million years. The fossil was later moved to the Royal Tyrrell Museum, where researchers were stunned by how well nature had embalmed it. With its dense skin still intact, this Nothosaurus has been revealing secrets of a long-lost world. Unbelievable, right? Crocodile mummies. The crocodile mummies of Kam Ombo sound like something straight out of an ancient adventure movie. These preserved creatures give us a jaw-dropping look into how much the Egyptians worshipped Sobek, the crocodile god. Deep in Upper Egypt, the Temple of Kam Ombo was built just for him, proving how these animals weren't just feared, but revered. Crocodiles were carefully chosen for mummification, with their organs removed, dried in natron, and then wrapped in linen with protective amulets. But it wasn't just for show. These mummies were created to honor Sobek and safeguard people from real crocodiles in the Nile. How wild is that? Sphinx. Worden's Ledges in Hinckley Reservation was a hidden gem rooted in history and creativity. Named after the Worden family who owned it in the 1850s, this site featured incredible carvings by Noble Stewart, who etched figures like a sphinx and historical personalities between 1944 and 1948. But here's the twist: Stewart's sphinx wasn't just art, it was a modern take on the ancient idea of petrification. Just like the sphinxes of Egyptian mythology, which guarded mysteries and wisdom, this carving stood as a powerful symbol of human expression and connection to the past. Gaze of Gorgon. While camping in the forest, a hiker stumbled upon a bizarre sight, a carcass that looked perfectly normal but was completely petrified. This stone-like discovery made him wonder, was there a connection to the magical world of Harry Potter, where creatures like the Gorgon and Basilisk turned their victims to stone? Could this fox-like figure be linked to the legendary Tumessian fox? In Greek mythology, this cunning fox was so elusive it could never be caught, ultimately leading Zeus to turn it into stone. What ancient secrets did this mysterious carcass hold? The hiker felt a chill run down his spine, sensing he had stumbled upon mythical history. Classroom presentation. During renovations, a Welsh school stumbled upon a mysterious mummified crocodile beneath the floorboards. As the students gathered around, whispers of ancient legends filled the air. Could this crocodile be a guardian of forgotten tales? Some speculated it was a creature solidified by magical forces, like the mythical beings of lore. Was it a remnant of a long-lost civilization that sought to protect its secrets? Or perhaps it was once part of a fabled beast, petrified to safeguard the school from misfortune. Now restored, this unique find would soon be displayed, inviting students to ponder the enchanting stories are hidden within its ancient form. Museum Antique. The footage of the Staten Island Museum, an intriguing exhibit, caught my attention. A mummified cat. Discovered beneath a house, the cat was naturally preserved, likely due to the warmth and low humidity near a boiler. With no signs of trauma, its skeletal structure was clearly visible, suggesting a peaceful natural death. The cat's serene pose added a touch of charm to its eerie presence. Visitors were invited to explore the museum further, promising even more captivating tales from the realms of nature and history. Rhino Mummy. In Yakutia, Siberia, an astonishing find emerged from the ice. A remarkably preserved woolly rhinoceros estimated to be between 20,000 and 50,000 years old. With about 80% of its body intact, this discovery is a game changer for scientists. They are eager to learn about the animal's life and its interactions with early humans. During a recent presentation, researchers showcased the rhino, highlighting its significance as a world sensation. The woolly rhinoceros, adapted to frigid climates, was less common than its mammoth counterparts, making its remains a rare treasure. Blue Babe. This footage depicts Blue Babe, a remarkable 36,000-year-old mummified Alaska steppe bison, preserved in permafrost since the Ice Age. Found in the early 1970s in Alaska, Blue Babe offers invaluable insights into prehistoric life. Its preservation is attributed to the cold, dry conditions of the permafrost, which prevented decomposition. The discovery of Blue Babe and similar specimens has greatly contributed to our understanding of the environment during the last Ice Age. Genya the Mammoth. In St. Petersburg, a baby mammoth named Genya made waves after its stunning arrival, capturing the imaginations of museums around the world. With its perfectly intact skin, trunk, and tusks, this little marvel, incredibly well preserved from the Ice Age, offered a rare glimpse into a time long gone, reminding everyone of the fascinating creatures that once roamed the earth. With its charming features and a rich history of being 37,000 years old, Genya became a symbol of wonder, inspiring people everywhere to connect with the past. Ancient Foal. In a breathtaking landscape, researchers came across an exciting archaeological site with ancient bones sticking out from the muddy cliffs. In this untouched area, a perfectly preserved foal was found. They carefully examined the ancient animal, thrilled by the rare find. Back in the lab, scientists measured and studied the foal, eager to unlock its hidden mysteries. This ancient horse offered a wealth of clues about the past, giving us a glimpse into the world where he once lived. Mummified Wolf. A remarkable discovery was made in the Yukon when gold miners unearthed a 57,000-year-old mummified wolf pup named Jur. This extraordinary find revealed nearly intact skin and flesh, offering scientists incredible insights into life during the Ice Age. After being found, the pup was honored by the local Trondikwetchin First Nation before scientists began analyzing her. Radiocarbon dating confirmed her age, and genetic tests showed an unexpected link to Russian Ice Age wolves. Even more surprising, X-rays revealed that Jur's organs were still preserved, and her last meal was salmon. Petrified Frog. In folklore, one interesting example of a petrified frog was found in the myth of Perseus and Medusa. While Medusa was infamous for her ability to turn people into stone, there was a lesser-known aspect involving frogs. After Perseus decapitated Medusa, he returned to the island of Seriphos, where the relentless croaking of frogs became increasingly annoying. In his frustration, he asked Zeus to silence them, which led to the phrase Seraphian frog, used to denote foolishness. This connection highlighted how ancient myths intertwined with language and cultural expressions. Sphinx in Guatemala. In Guatemala, the Sphinx stood tall, concealing secrets from the past. It wasn't just a striking figure, it represented a deeper narrative often overlooked. Over time, much of our history had been rewritten, hiding truths that those in power wanted to keep concealed. As people entered a new era, these hidden truths began to resurface. Local legends suggested that the Sphinx had once been a powerful being that challenged the gods, leading to its petrification. This stone figure symbolized not only mystery, but also important lessons from Guatemalan folklore that resonated through time. Open discussion. Did you hear about the mysterious stone figure found on the road in Iran? Travelers were amazed to see a massive sculpture that looked just like a giant reptilian entity. The tourist guide shared a spooky tale. This figure was once a ferocious dragon who was feared by the world at the peak of its time. No one knows what or how it ended up being petrified long before getting embedded in the rocky plateau surrounding it. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing content like this.